Hey guys, this is Tim Gustafson here to talk to you about Calendly. Got a lot of questions about how to set up your Calendly and what it all does for you. So I'm just going to shoot this short video, hopefully get the word out, and that way you guys can utilize it as well as I do. So here we have Calendly. This is what Calendly looks like for me. So when you set up your account, I have the professional version, and that's just to be able to utilize text messages and things like that. So on here, you go to settings, you upload a picture there, you have the name that you want to have displayed. This is the normal message that it comes with. These are a lot of them standard, just how you want to have it set up. So we have the welcome, the English, obviously, the time zone that I'm in. Branding. I am branded for Insurity Financial Services. You guys are obviously going to be using either AMBA or Senior Lifestyle Solutions. You can upload the logo there. Create a unique link. So this way, if you don't have a business card on you, somebody wants to schedule an appointment, you can just have calendly.com/tim-ifs for Insurity Financial Services. For the workflows, if you want to get text message reminders to yourself, make sure you put your phone number there. And then the availability, the hours that you want to work. Obviously, this time of year, I do 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. AEP, I will adjust this to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then your login preferences and things like that there. How I figured this all out, I didn't get a roadmap, so I just clicked on the help link, which brought you to the help center, and they have video tutorials, how to get started using Calendly, all of this information, and that is how I figured this out. This is just a plethora of information. I would probably use this over me because what do I know? I'm just an insurance agent. But when you go through there, after you do that, integrations is probably the next step after you set up the account as far as the way you want to have yourself branded and presented. So if you go to integrations, if my computer cooperates with me, this is where you kind of connect Calendly to everything else. So for video conferencing, I did set it up originally for all of these. However, I'm not familiar with the recording options on that. So I just now utilize Zoom. So you have Zoom or telephone as far as appointments with me, just because of the fact that I need to have be compliant. Next one is your calendar. You want to link it to all your other calendars. So that way, if you block something off on any of these calendars, it's not an option for you to be double booked with Calendly, which is pretty nice. Another really important one would be your email messaging, connecting it to your Outlook. So this way the emails come from you and not from Calendly. I don't want to market Calendly. I love what Calendly does for me, but I want my clients to be able to be marketing me and get the emails from me, not Calendly, on behalf of Tim Gustafson. So I have that. After you do that, you go to home. And this is where you can set up your different events. Now, yours may be more simplistic. You may try to clump these together and just do a general benefits review or general retirement review, something like that. I like Medicare consultation, life insurance consultation, tax deferred asset protection consultation, emergency transportation, long-term care, short-term care. So I have these all categorized. One thing I would highly recommend that you do is you set up a workflow for 15-minute follow-up. I'm going to show you how I utilize that and what that does for me as well. So once you get the event set up, then you want to have the workflows. When you do the event setup, you do want to make sure that you are thorough. So when you set this up, you have the Medicare consultation. Now, again, I work only virtually. So if you want to have other options, you can actually click here, add location. If you want to have a meeting at your physical office, you can put your address there. So that is an option that they can click there. Or if you want to have it set up to where you are meeting them at their house, just have it as an ask invitee. And then when they book the appointment, they would be able to actually input that address there. And then this is where you want to be very thorough with the description. And I'm going to show you the importance of that whenever you go to the workflows and what the workflows are and everything with that. So with this, for your Medicare appointment, please watch this short video. And all I did is opened up Zoom, I hit record, and then I shot a video of myself giving a Medicare presentation. I did get that filed or the presentation, I got that approved by the compliance department. Once I shot the video, I have been going through the process to have that submitted with CMS. So that way it is a legal and compliant video. And if you're familiar with Medicare, it's like a 5-minute video. And then I think I did like a 15-minute video for people that are brand new to Medicare, need to know A, B, C, and D from soup to nuts and everything in between. And then I have a call to action. I want them to have some responsibility. I don't want me to be just doing everything for the client. I want them to have this stuff prepared for our meeting. So I want them to have a list of doctors, unless it's a PDP or a prescription drug. I want them to have a list of their medications. You have to have that as an optional just to be compliant. And then your Medicare paper, red, white, and blue card, because you need that to make sure that everything goes. I can have it where they can email this information in advance. Additionally, if they like to do research and preview the plans that are in their area, they can click right there. And that is my client-facing Sunfire Matrix. Then they also have the option. And then I also want to make sure they know that if they did sign up for that, I get credit on their agent of record, just like I sat with them. I did have a couple people watch the videos and actually go through, enroll themselves, and then cancel the appointment. I did, of course, call and thank them. And then, of course, the disclaimer, which I think we need to have this updated by October 1. So I've got about 10 days to get whatever the wording is for that. And then you can also have the questions. So what does it look like? I want to have their name, last name, first name. I want to have their email address if they're going to choose Zoom or phone call. I want to have their zip code just so I'm prepared for Sunfire Matrix and have that kind of stuff. I want their phone number. And then what is it going to be? Are they going to be choosing Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, Medicare PDP, or if they're undecided, they don't know, they want all of them. And then any additional notes that they want to have there as well. So that is kind of, the questions that you have. You can set up different questions for different events. So obviously, it would be slightly different for like the emergency transportation. I think I have a video for this as well, but we look at this: name, email, phone number, address. I do have the Google Meet option there as well, their phone number. As far as the event description, that's a little bit different. I think I did shoot a video for that too. So I have a website that they have more information. I have watched this video and have a list of questions to have ready. So I try to have 3 things for each business category of things for them to do, just so they have some skin in the game. And then the workflows is the super important part. This is kind of the engine that makes everything go. Again, in the help center, they tell you a bunch of the different advice. I did a bunch of research from different marketing gurus on when's the best time to reach out. So I wanted to have an email that goes out immediately whenever they book the appointment. And whenever you do this, you can have new workflow. A lot of this is pre-scripted, which is pretty nice. So if you want to send an immediate confirmation of, the booking, I have email reminder to host, but for confirmation, you just click and use that workflow, and a lot of it's pre-scripted. So it goes out immediately. You can set it to go 24 hours before, and this is kind of what it says. It has a reminder and it has the event name. So reminder, Medicare consultation with Tim Gustafson at, on 2:00 on Tuesday. Hi, and it pre-fills their name that they have in there. Reminder that you have this, and then it has the event description right there too. So they get the reminder that they have all of those things that I want them to do, and those items that I want them to be able to complete. So that's how you kind of build the workflows. Again, there's a lot of information and the help about how to do it, but a lot of it's preset. So I found that the best times to remind them is immediately when they book the confirmation. I want them to get an email to know that request for the appointment actually went through. I also want them to have a reminder 24 hours before they get another email reminder. And then I have a text message that goes out 1 hour before. Text message is a little bit different. There's no way to get it to come from my phone number or something like that. So I think it comes from like an 833 number or some, I can't remember what it comes from. But I wanted them to say, hi, Susie Sunshine, reminder that you have your Medicare consultation at, in 2:00 in 1 hour. To respond, text my phone number. I want them to be able to text that. And they have that as well. Going back to the emails that I have, I'll go to the 24-hour reminder before just to kind of show you what that email states. And one important kind of little hack that I have in that as well. So in here, I just have a reminder that they have that appointment. And then down here, I have my direct or my office number. This is my Sunfire Matrix. I'm not Sunfire Matrix, my Salesforce phone number. The reason that I have that is now if I call them from that number versus it saying potential spam or unknown number or anything like that, if they have the emails that go to their phone as well, it actually populates and states maybe Tim Gustafson because that number has been in a previous email where it's a known person that it came from. And so that I've gotten a lot more response of people answering the number from my Salesforce number whenever I do give them a call for that. And then I also have everything in my signature line. So I am compliant as far as my California license number, AMBA's California license number. If they want to book another reminder appointment with me or anything like that, the disclaimers, all of that kind of stuff is automatically sent to them. And that's important. So I have, again, immediately they get confirmation, 24 hours beforehand, they get a reminder via email, 1 hour before they get a text message. Really no reason they should miss the appointment with those reminders, and it's all done for me. Then the engine that really makes it go is after the appointment, I also have workflows. So I have 2 hours after the appointment, I have a thank you email that goes out and thanks them for the appointment. And then 30, 60, and 90 days later for most consultations. For Medicare, I also have one 3 days after and 7 days after, just because it's, we have 54 days with AEP from October 15th through December 7th is 54 days. I want to have as many touches and as many referral requests going through as possible done automatically for that to happen as well. I did set up for Medicare consultations this year, another specialized email that goes out 72 hours before asking them to do the scope of appointment, which I figured out a way around that as well. So that's kind of really the power of Calendly, is that you can organize it a little bit better, whether you're sending it out and it's in your email link for them to schedule themselves or on any other platform for them to schedule themselves, or you can just click on here and go into it. And, if you're talking to them on the phone and you're booking, weeks in advance and you go, okay, October 20th at 8:30, I want to have an appointment. You can actually fill this out for your client themselves, schedule the event, and then they start getting those workflows as well. So they have those reminders. And this is important too. If you have complete control, you don't ever have to share your link for Calendly. You don't have to give it for anybody permission to get on your calendar or anything like that. You can keep that a secret. And if you just want to schedule your own appointments, that's absolutely fine. Again, you just go in here, and if you're doing it in person, whenever you click on the location, you can just click on the ask invitee, and you can fill out that information and put their address in there for any in-person ones as well. Whenever you do have the availability here, or maybe it's here, you can add time for in between appointments. I can't remember where it is now, but there's a place where they can book it. Oh, here it is. So you can have that scheduled, and then you can actually schedule where if you book an appointment, you have 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after for travel time and things of that nature to be able to make it. You can make it available. Any times that you have available. You can add it, make it an hour long. You can make it an hour and a half. You can make it 2 hours long. However long you want to have that appointment for each of the two events, just as long as, how long does it normally take you to go through the process? Entirely up to you. Another thing that they have on here, which is a pretty cool thing, is they have a routing. So I have a cross sell, and this is what that page looks like. When I have this on the bottom of my website and things like that, where you can click on, you can put your name. So we'll do, I'll do this here for my personal and say, I now want to talk about life insurance. I hit submit. And of course that wouldn't work. But when I hit submit, the nice thing is, boom, I go right to my life insurance calendar, and there's no delay from I get this lead card or BRC, whatever people want to call it, and I have a chance to now call them for the opportunity. The best time to sell somebody to something is when they're ready to buy. So if they go, yeah, I'm interested in life insurance, and I can get right on your calendar and schedule time with you immediately, just kind of makes it a little bit more streamlined. So hopefully that answers a lot of the questions about Calendly, helps out some people. Again, the help center is probably the best resource because that's the only resource I got to use. Nobody showed me a roadmap. Hopefully this helps you and helps write some business and get more people on your calendar. Be realistic though. Our industry, we have an 80% appointment set to kept ratio. So if you book 5 appointments, expect 4 to keep. This one makes it where it was a little bit more efficient for me, where I was able to keep a lot more than 80%. But the reminders and then also the workflows, especially the ones at 30, 60, and 90 days, I just have a simple message that, in the world of insurance, it takes a little bit longer sometimes to make sure what you expected to get was what you wanted and it's working out okay. It's a lot easier to nip, small problems before they become big problems by communicating. And so if it's just something automated, again, if you run, 100 appointments during EAP, and you have, the 2 hours after, the 3 days, the 7 days, the 30, 60, and 90 days after, if you run 100 appointments, that's 600 emails that's going out, especially if you have it where you're going to be asking for referrals in that. That's 600 emails asking people for referrals that you don't do any extra work for. It becomes automated. In those emails, I also say, hey, if you are having any issues or you haven't gotten something, please schedule an extra 15 minutes with me. And that's the link to my 15-minute follow-up. And that way you can really handle small problems before they become big problems. And when you do that, I just said do. When you do that, you actually, it's referral city. Communication is just key. A lot of people are afraid to pick up the phone, just kind of like the caller reluctance that a lot of agents have as far as calling clients. A lot of clients are worried to call their agent because they're always so busy, and you never know. And you don't want to be, nobody wants to be a nuisance. So if there's just an easy platform where they can just click a link, look at your calendar, go, oh, you have time right here. I did have time right here. I want to be able to communicate and connect. That's really kind of the best way. Hopefully this helps you. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Thanks. Bye.